Welcome everybody back to the 12 Days of Discmas. Every year, for the past couple of years, Conrad and I go out to the Big Rip in Mississippi. It's a big A tier put on by Ledgestone and Discraft. And every year I think for the past couple of years at least, we've done a flex start over at the Eagles Nest course, which is the smaller of the two courses on the property. This year I thought it'd be fun to bring a camera along and document our round. It's a fun course to play, and I think we've both done pretty well over the last couple of years. So for day 4 of Discmas, it's time to flex. So let's take a look at this flex start and how it all went down for myself and Conrad. Also, before we do that, over on our Ace Run Pro channel, I'm going to put out a behind the scenes from this event, and it's going to walk you guys through the process that we do when we first arrive for an A tier like this, the behind the scenes stuff that we do to get prepped for that, and just the day-to-day of what it takes to actually film, produce, and put out coverage for an event of this magnitude. And that'll be over on our Ace Run Pro channel. So all right, let's jump into it. Day 4 of Discmas, heading your way. So like we usually do for this big event, so we got there a couple days early, and I was able to go out to the bigger course and just throw some shots to get warmed up, because it was about a 7-hour drive. And I was feeling pretty good the day before. Just throwing some backhands, and the timing felt really good, actually.
Keep turning. Then you can just do that.
I was working with the Fierce lately, which has been a fun one. Now, this is not the flex start course. This is the actual course that the pros played on. Hole 2 is a beauty. It was nice to get a 7-speed up there. It was feeling great, and then that should have been a sign of maybe some things to come. But immediately after that, the practice.
Wow.
Again, just really feeling great, hitting lines. This is probably one of my favorite holes, definitely one of my favorite holes on the bigger course, because you just get to hyzer flip something up and push it down that tunnel.
That's down.
So, and then again the birdie. So that was the day before, but now let's move on to the actual tournament day. See how I was feeling that morning, because we had an early tee time. We had a lot of stuff to do in the afternoon, so we needed to get this round in. I think we were the second or third card out that day. Getting ready for the flex start. I'm teeing off in about 25 minutes. So gonna get warmed up, throw some putts, throw some shots. Paige shoe hat on, gotta represent. None of these putts felt good. Even the ones that went in. This is going to be interesting. My putt feels very foreign to me right now for some reason. Maybe I can find it during the round. So I figured let's throw some putter warm-ups here and just kind of get some angles going on the forehands and backhands before we jump into the actual round. These felt okay. But we're getting ready to tee off in a little bit, so... So what I was really worried about going into the round, the putt felt very foreign. The angle control on those slower discs felt great, and usually that translates pretty well to my other discs. So let's jump into hole 1 here, Eagles Nest. Go and hatchet off the tee of hole 1.
Hurry.
A little bit of tournament arm turned it too much, and I am out of bounds to start the day. Never what you want. Conrad, I believe, going Exodus. This is like a 330-foot hole or something like that. 320 feet. So all I can do is just kind of pitch up. Conrad for the birdie. A little low. But he's going to be starting off with a par. And immediately gaining at least 1 stroke on me. Able to get the par and then struggle my way through the rest. No, not the par, the bogey. Ugh, I wish it was a par.
It was a clean round. Damn. So close.
So after that, Conrad is going to misfire over to the left on the hole 2. I already feel like I'm behind the 8 ball after 1 hole, and these flex stars can do that to you. So I'm going with a play that I've never done on this hole. I'm going to try a roller with my Rolo.
Oh, God, that's a terrible angle.
You can tell by my reaction, I did not love it. Just never got it over. Not enough. But the fierce here on this second shot, I think this is one of the best shots I threw all day. Just a beautiful turnover.
Thank you. All right, we've thrown a good shot. It only took 2 holes. Not bad.
And that's going to let me save the par at least. So we're 1 over through 2. Not great. Conrad getting the par. And hole 3. As you can hear a little bit of wind in the background there. Conrad's going to get that one a little low. Hole 3 has done a number on me, I think, every year I've played it.
I don't think I've ever played this hole and not gone OB.
I think that's right. I don't think I've ever not gone OB. Conrad for the birdie. This is for bogey. Left myself circle's edge. We're on the struggle bus early. Frustration starts to set in. And now I can't seem to control my drives. Really getting frustrated. Thankfully, the berg just kind of pilots itself for a tap-in par, at least.
At least I can do that still. That's EO for the berg again.
Conrad, though, after a great drive, is going to hit the birdie.
In a surprising twist of fate, the putting hasn't really mattered. I've missed 1 putt, but I can't get off the tee. So maybe playing a sanctioned event when you're going through swing changes isn't that great of an idea. But we play this event every year. This flex every year, so.
This is one of my favorite holes. This is just an EMAC Truth up the right side and let it fade, but my red EMAC Truth got lost this year, so I've been throwing this Echo in its place. And I was afraid to kind of get on it. And because of that, it didn't quite push as far as I wanted to, so now I'm left with a pretty long putt. Conrad for his birdie bid. Not gonna be. This is for my birdie bid, and now I'm worried that both my tee shots and my putts have abandoned me. Pretty simple hyzer hole here. Plays about 280, 285. I'm just going with a soft hyzer on my Centurion, my Glow Centurion, expecting to get a little skip, and it just...
Oh my God, no skip.
It kind of hits and sits. So again, another long putt. And this never had a chance. Conrad, another birdie. At this point, he is 2 down through 6. And I am 3 over through 6. So in my mind, I'm already thinking I need to start birdieing fast and often. This hole, oh my gosh, this hole just does it to me. It's a straight tunnel shot with a hanging basket on the right. It kind of suckers you into the forehand, and I suckered myself into throwing a terrible shot into the garbage. It's stuck in the trees, and I almost lose an eye even getting to this disc. This is not great disc golf cinema. I'm still trying to even get inside to get to my disc.
That look about right there?
So pitched out, getting my disc back, and I take all of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, maybe 3.5 seconds to just rip a berg up there.
Not behind the tree. There we go.
When I'm frustrated, I just walk up and throw shots. This, I don't know how this happens. It's like
Wow. Patch of glue, nice.
it's like I threw it onto a big chunk of Velcro. Make a decent putt enough to save the par. Hole 8. I don't know if I've ever played this hole well. That was probably the best tee shot I've ever thrown on. Just a scepter,
I'll lay this up.
high.
I didn't drive all the way out here to lay up.
The old Chris Dickerson.
Come on.
Chris Dickerson never drives anywhere to lay up. I thought that was my best shot at birdie through the front. And when I didn't get it, that just kind of really shot alarm bells through me. Hole 9, I believe this is a par 4. Yeah, 420 feet. You need to make that gap and then kind of move right. Everybody hit that tree that Conrad hit, so I was making sure I wasn't going to hit that tree. So I flip up my underworld, and I hit the tree behind it.
Yeah, I thought past, I was like, I did it. Oh, 17 more.
At this point, I was debating just kind of shutting the camera off and just focusing, because it got to the point where I was so kind of invested on making sure that I was creating content for the 12 Days of Dismas, and it was putting more pressure on me. And that's something I really hadn't experienced before kind of doing this. Is I'll get out and I'll film a casual round, and that's a casual round. It doesn't matter. You know, we're just having fun. I've done some filmed rounds before, but for some reason this one was getting to me because it's a course that we've played before. I've played it decently the last couple times I've played it, and it just seemed like my game was just lost for me between going through swing changes and changing putters and just trying to revamp stuff. I felt lost, and it was getting very frustrating. So the next couple holes that you'll see will kind of show you that frustration. I will say I ended up not filming the entire round. So you'll see the remainder of some of the holes, and then I'll give you a quick recap at the end of what happened overall on this flexor. But let's get back into the action here. So now we're on the back half of the course, I believe. I believe this is hole 10. It's 333 feet. It's just a punch hyzer straight with some finish left. I throw an Emperor, and
Yeah, kick that way.
unbeknownst to me, it turns, and then it kicks way right. So I pitch back up from the garbage on the right, and this is for par. It's just not my day. The next hole, you can either go forehand over the road like Conrad is showing you here, or you can try to punch something up the right tight side. I was just resigned to just throwing putters at this point and just trying to stay in the middle of the fairway. And I can't even do that.
First one of the round.
My pitch up went terribly awry, and I just airballed the putt. Conrad gets the birdie. That puts him to 3 down.
Well, this is going as bad as it can go, so I'm going to go ahead and stop recording now because I'm throwing bad shot after bad shot. Nobody wants to see that. I don't want to record that. So we'll wrap this up, finish up the rest of these holes.
And that's all I recorded for this one, was just the front 11. So through 11 holes, I was 7 over par. I've never shot 7 over par on this course. Conrad was 3 down. He was on pace to win, and he held on. He actually shot 4 down, rated 973. So a really good round for Conrad. He was able to maintain and got the birdies when he needed them. After turning off the camera and kind of focusing on my game, took a double bogey on the next hole. Then a par, a bogey, and I finally got my first birdie on hole 16. It was not a good day. Hole 17, I had a birdie putt inside of 20 feet that I missed. And then hole 18, I tried to run the birdie putt. It's an island hole surrounded by OB and water. I ran the putt. It went just long. OB. Hit the comebacker for the bogey. But probably my worst tournament round of the year. It was so bad that it rated at 832. So it didn't even count towards my rating. Yeah, really bad. But congratulations to Conrad. Again, if you want to check out the full behind the scenes of this event, we're going to put that out over on our Ace Run Pro channel. I don't have a date for it yet because we've got other projects that we're working on throughout the off season. We're trying to get as much off season content ready for you guys so that you have something to watch during these long winter months before the season kicks in once again. So congratulations, Conrad, on the win. Big thank you to Mike Munn and the tournament staff that puts on the big rip every year, which this year was the Climo Open. You guys check that out over on our Ace Run Pro channel as well. Thank you for checking out the round coverage for that. And with that said, that's going to wrap up day 4 of Discmas. I didn't want to put this out, but we're all human. And sometimes we have bad rounds. But regardless, it was an absolutely amazing weekend. I had fun overall, and I'm ready to move on. Tomorrow, Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode of the 12 Days of Discmas. I'm going to be testing out a new mold from Discraft versus another mold from Infinite Discs that I think stacks up very well to it. So tune in to check out that comparison. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in for day 4 of Discmas. Hopefully there's not too much snow on the ground and you can get out there and fling some Frisbees. I'll see you in the next one.